Kmart Center has not been friendly territory for the Fresno State Bulldogs so far this season. The men are only .500 at home. Why? They haven't been consistent. Well, tonight they had the chance to work on that against Northern Colorado, and the Dogs were hyped up and ready to go. Defense stepped up early. The steal, Bryce Cartwright to Dwight O'Neal for 2. Dwight led the Dogs with 18. Then check out Sylvester Say. Spin to the lane with the left. That's my move, Vest. I like that. Meanwhile, Paul George filling it up from the arc. He scored 13, 6 of them on these 2 threes. Second half, the Dogs' defense got into gear. Paul George with the steal. Sylvester Say with the slam dunk. Then George says, I want in on some of that action. Then another steal. And the dunk right there. The Bears stuck around for a while, but Dwight O'Neal and the Dogs would drop the dagger on them here. Dwight, the stop, the pull-up, ball game. Bulldogs win 70-65. Steve Cleveland, what say you?
And we had a good group on the floor. We had good chemistry, and you know, it's important for us. I mean, we do not have the depth, and we do not have enough talent here to make mistakes defensively in close games. And we have some guys in this team that still have to learn how to guard.
Jaleesa Ross got things going in game 1 of this doubleheader. Bulldogs hosting Loyola Marymount. Of course, the bomb squad was in full effect. Bailey Amundsen with 3 of her 13. Dogs went on a 16-4 first half run, led by 15 at the half. Second half, they just pulled away. Taja Edwards strong to the hole, 2 of her 10 points, and then Haley Monroe, the hoop, and the hard. There was no doubt about this one. Bulldogs tamed the Lions. Final score, 85-59. Adrian Wiggins, your thoughts, please.
Marymount's a good basketball team. They're going to do well in their league, and we really executed well tonight. And that's really just a credit to our players moving their feet and working hard. It made for a difficult shooting night for them. So it was nice. It was great to bounce back. Marymount's beat us last 2 years, and to have a convincing victory against them. They've beaten a few of our WAC opponents already, so that should give us a lot of confidence.
So what were the keys to tonight's win? Well, Jaleesa Ross went off. She tied her career high with 24 points. Meanwhile, the defense stepped their game up, just like Coach wanted them to, holding the Lions to 30% shooting and tallying 12 steals. Next up, the West Virginia Mountaineers come to town on Saturday afternoon. When Fresno State takes the field at University Stadium in Albuquerque on Saturday, a few words will come to mind, like victory, redemption, and momentum. Another word they need to hear Saturday morning? Health. And as Anthony Flores reports from Albuquerque, the word is trending the Dogs' way.
The bowl game doesn't kick off until Saturday, but the Dogs are already celebrating a win over Colorado State. You see, on Wednesday, they beat the Rams in a chili cook-off. Now they're hoping to have the right ingredients to get a victory on the field. While the grounds crew put the finishing touches on the field, the Bulldogs stayed indoors to put the finishing touches on their game plan for the 3rd annual New Mexico Bowl. It's no secret the Dogs love to pound the rock, but senior quarterback Tom Brandstater could put on an air show against the Rams and a defense that recorded just 9 sacks this season, the fewest in the nation.
They play their defense the way they want to do it. They're not going to change for anybody. They're going to play their scheme, and it's up to us to go out there and execute our game plan against their scheme and see who executes better.
They're a big team physically. We've got to play well up front. We've got to play well up front in the offensive line to give ourselves a chance. Got to be able to run the ball to help us in the passing game.
Ryan Matthews has been a welcome sight at practice. The sophomore running back has missed the last 4 games and really hasn't displayed the same big play capability he did as a freshman since injuring a nerve in his right ankle against UCLA.
It's a little disappointing I had to miss all those games because I feel like I let my teammates down, but I'm going to try my best to make it up to them in this game.
The Bulldog defense could be tested by a Rams offense that likes to batter its opponents on the ground, but they could look to exploit the Fresno State secondary, which has just 4 interceptions this season. On the road with the Bulldogs in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Anthony Flores, KC24 Sports Central.
Thanks, Anthony. We're less than 2 days away from the Dogs and Rams in the New Mexico Bowl. Anthony will keep us up to date on the Bulldogs all the way up to kickoff. Then he'll wrap it all up in the Christmas Bowl for us on Sports Central on Saturday night.
Back of the end zone, Dallas Clark.
Peyton Manning was his usual stellar self for the Colts, 364 yards, 3 touchdowns on the night. David Garrard was not so stellar. Keywan Ratliff picks him off and scores. The Colts take a 7-point lead over the Jags. Final seconds, Jags going for the tying touchdown. Dwight Freeney is not having it. Colts win 31-24. They clinch a wild card spot in the AFC playoffs. If I were in the AFC, I would not want to see the Colts come playoff time.